to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Complete to
Blake Jarwin, 34 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
It's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. The last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
final play of the half. Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So we reach halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Cowboys 22. Seahawks nothing. Greg Zerline. To kick off for Dallas.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So that one will be accepted. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Crom on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
20-yard line.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off.
Now, after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next. The Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time game. Throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On the option, a hand off to Carson. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Carson.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard.
Now it's Carson. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Carson.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Wilson.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Dak Prescott sacked. A fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go to Elliott again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Oh, now he pulls him over. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
17 yards. First down, Dallas.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys add on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Wilson. And Olsen over the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. I guess it kind of at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Griffin on the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott.
34-yard.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. It might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And the sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation.